It looks like they were ganking me. I don't think he realizes he's dying. Unfortunate. Welcome back, everybody. Today is another episode of our educational Smurf series. It is going to be a lower MMR game in the 1K average approximately on both sides. We try to put as many of the higher MMR people on the other team. And today we're going to be learning all about an illusion hero, how to play micro heroes, when to pick them, most notably, you'll see in the draft here, and how you can use them for free wins if you know how to play them. They have so much single target damage, and they have a tree, so I wanted to pick something that buys a Manta. This is one of the few times during my Smurf lobbies that, since I'm carry, I kind of get to pick and choose whatever hero I want to play, and I chose one based on the enemy hero's lineup. I wanted to do that to show you guys, like, there's a vision that you can construct at the beginning of the game, and maybe it's not completely accurate. Maybe you're newer to the game, maybe you haven't really practiced this very much, but I kind of look at like crucial elements of the opponent's lineup. I think of like what items are good against what heroes in the game, and generally speaking, what the opponent's lineup punishes and potentially thrives on as well. So when I see heroes like Wind Ranger, and I mean Ursa wasn't shown yet, but I see Marcy. I see single target damage. That is all I see. Yeah, they have other spells. You know, they have Power Shot. Marcy can like rebound in like an AoE. Invoker has decent AoE. But we wanted to pick a hero that didn't give these single target burst heroes the fight that they want. So I'm not going to do any super fancy things on Naga, like scouting for wards and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to do my best at an attempt of a very basic Naga. Just like farming Naga. I'm gonna probably naturally do little things that Naga likes to do, but like right now at this stage of the game I usually scout out with illusions, but I don't really want to show people that it's me, at least to start. We are in a bit of a lower average MMR game. The lower MMR I go, the more I want to farm. That's just how it is, because the way you win at the end of the day, everything you do in the game of Dota is about getting more farm. So I'm gonna go ahead and scout for the runes. They'll know it's me eventually. Fact that I'm Naga. So we see a bunch of heroes. This is something you can do very nicely with illusion heroes. I will be doing the Radiance build. I like the evasion a lot against all of their right clickers. There are a lot of heroes in this game that are likely not me. I don't player, spirit invoker, all that kind of shit, so. Who's gonna see us?
Cut to the chase.
We're chilling.
Honor guides me. Now you pay. No
A little creep aggro to our range here. Nothing too fancy in the laning stage this time around. With Naga, you're kind of weak level 1 and 2. Don't want to fight all that much. We will right click the opponent when they go on our support though. Whenever you're supporting Naga, just keep in mind that she's pretty self-sufficient. High move speed, high armor, has a dispel. But she doesn't really help the support very much for the early levels. This guy's too good. So this is when we start sending like 2 illusions at Wind Ranger, 1 illusion at Marcy, and then we right-click the creep wave, because that's going to do damage by getting the Riptide procs. A lot of our illusions are just about creating space for us to farm, because our main hero is really not that strong. So notice how the opponent was like kind of zoned there. That's what you can do with Naga specifically. Other illusion heroes can potentially do it, but Naga's nice. So one thing I like to do with my courier when I receive it is I like to put it here and then shift queue it back to base. That just makes sure it doesn't like run over here and get sniped. Wasn't too much to do here. Marcy got to deny. It's kind of annoying. So since they're under tower, we're not going to concern ourselves with doing the whole split thing. So we want to use the illusions in a way that we can clear 2 creep waves with them. So notice how this time around it's nice that we can clear 2 creep waves. That's what we're doing. So be careful of Marcy tossing us into tower. We're going to wait for another component of our treads. Looks like Dazzle doesn't have a camp until 3 minutes. So we're going to walk back and block the creep wave. If you have nothing else to do, no pole camps, nothing to harass, you can just do this. Gets the lane closer to your tower.
Indeed. Let's unite.
So, see how powerful Naga is with her illusions. Delta splitting them on the opponents is really nice. Making sure they don't catch the aggro of the next creep wave.
Yes.
Sure that they don't like
Make a
mess up
splash.
our lane equilibrium. The thing about Naga is, and once she gets Riptide, you're going to naturally push the wave anyway. There's a decent amount of cores that do this. You know, Bristleback also does this. And so rather than playing for denies or anything like that, I like to just play for harass. Because if you're pushing the creep wave, then you're naturally going to have more creeps than them, which means you'll probably win trades. Because they're taking damage from creeps.
Slither hither.
My teammate's holding him accountable. I like it.
Serpentine. Attack.
We take a point in net just to make it so that if we ever find a kill attempt, we can look for one. The only time I don't take net is when I think the lane's like completely peaceful. Like, I don't think they're going to go on me. I don't really plan to go on them. But they have a very aggressive duo. I do have a video on hotkeys for Naga illusions and CSing and all that kind of stuff, and you guys should make sure you check that out. Simply searching BSJ illusion micro should give you that video. It's a nice little like basics tutorial on how to control heroes like Naga. I like to search for the support with one of my illusions. Supports hate dealing with illusions. I also keep an eye on like my timer for when I'm getting the Riptide proc when I'm CSing. Making sure I don't randomly miss CS, if possible, to Riptide procs. So Dazzle's getting a pull off. If you ever have a Naga carry, it's very important to have pulls, because you see how I push the lane all the time. Only reason I'm farming the pulls, there's just nothing better to do up here. I'm killing the pull fast because I want to get back in time to make it to the creep wave. As you can see here, the creep wave's already coming. And whenever I'm making that choice, I just check and see what's going on. Do a little blocking here. Okay. So he probably knows it's me. I don't think 1K players body block with illusions. So I always try to buy one mana item on Naga. Just let you spam your illusions. So since I don't need to use illusions to push here, I'm not going to. Now that Marcy's coming back and I have my treads, I'll let that clap. All neutral creeps, they use their spell when you have 3 units. So notice how if I put 3 units next to it, it's going to stomp. The Hellbear Smasher will clap. The only exception is the Ancient Thunderhide, the Rhinoceros at the Ancient Camp. It will use it for 4. So depending on what stage of the game, I either don't put that many units next to it, or I am just prepared for it. So at this stage in the game, I usually want to keep my illusions with me so I clear the camps very fast. It's nice to split farm with illusions, but it's like one of those things where I want to make sure I'm getting decent XP at this stage of the game. And if my illusions kill things without me there, I'm not getting XP. So now that I clear the big camp, that's something I'm going to try to do every single minute. I'll go back to the creep wave. It's also a very big creep wave. So putting a little bit of pressure on the tower. In this case, we'll send some illusions at the support because they're trying to stop us from farming. Our Dazzle's also pulling. Your illusions will lose track of people when they go up high grounds. So if people are going up high grounds, I'm like ready to re-micro the illusion. So just abusing pulls as much as possible. We're going to actually give our Dazzle the lane. I'll use illusions as zone supports if I feel like they're trying to soak my XP or something. As you see here. Don't let those supports be pesky. Now we'll come back to the lane because our camps are alive. So we're kind of just like timing our farming patterns with camps that are available because we are a hero that can jungle very early.
Honor guides me. Make a splash.
So our Dazzle's pinging to be aggressive.
Yes. Slither hither.
And we got some nice kills here.
The sea calls. So you say.
Gotta make sure you have good sportsmanship, guys. And this tower is actually going down. So when you take a super early tower like this, one thing you can make sure you do is pull the big camp and stack pull it. This will help get the lane back, so you're not just giving free XP to the opponent. This is really important if you can take early towers. So I do have a hotkey for auto attack always on to toggle. For me, it's Alt 3. So every time the laning stage ends, I turn my auto attack on to make sure, as you saw there, my illusions don't just sit AFK in camps. We're gonna survey the map a little bit. Shovel salve being really useful here. Ooh, we like that. So in this case, we're not separating our illusions for the same reason, because we're not like gonna get that farm due to travel distance, and we also want to make sure we're getting all the XP for these camps. So as long as we're clearing the camps, it's fine, right? So we're gonna go ahead and send 2 illusions at the wave. Usually I have 1 hotkey for 2 illusions, and 1 hotkey for another illusion, just so you don't trigger the 3 unit abilities. So you always want to summon illusions like midway between where you want to go. So I want to go bottom wave and this camp over here. So I'm going to summon illusions right there. It looks like they were ganking me.
Yes.
I'll send another illusion at the Wind Ranger. I don't think he realizes he's dying.
Honor guides me. No school like the old. I'm not ready.
Unfortunate.
Yes. My blade.
So we're only helping our team because we got ganked. Usually I won't help my team as an illusion farming hero. But if they get ganked and the opponent like comes to us, then sure, I'll help.
Commanded.
Because of Riptide, I always want to send like as few units or illusions at each hero as possible. Like I want as many things to be getting Riptided, right? So as we're getting more levels, as we're getting more items, our hero can clear more and more of the map, right? So what's happening is I'm separating my illusions progressively more and more. We're gonna try to body block so this stacks. Nice, it's stacked. That would have been dope if I stacked that as well. So we're going Radiance. It got buffed. I already liked this build a lot, but it's especially good when the opponent has a lot of right clickers. If they have spellcasters, it's not as good, but that evasion is like super powerful against these right clickers like Wind Ranger, Marcy, etc. Ursa. So if my farming patterns are take me to a fight, then I'll come. So like I'm looking at this fight mid, but I'm cautiously assisting. That's what I like the terminology to be, cautiously assisting. So once again, sending illusions to bottom wave. Having a good idea of when the waves are going to be in certain places is really important. So there I shift queued my Naga illusions, or my main hero, to like the final camp. Whenever you can shift queue or like send your illusions or hero to their next destination, it's really important. So I expect these illusions to be able to clear this camp and this one, so I'm going to skip that camp with my main hero. And this is just a feels thing. Notice how I told those illusions to go to that next camp, so I don't have to worry about them again. And we're just kind of continuing this farming pattern. Sending illusions to the wave. You know the wave's coming. Taking our song as a get out of jail free card. And now we actually advance into their jungle. And this is purely based on how much time we have. Notice how it's 13:49. We just have nothing else to do. So here we are in their jungle. I don't necessarily want to stack this because it's too ability using creeps, but I just have to kill them ASAP. Nothing else I can really do. Generally speaking, with illusion heroes, you don't want to stack. But this is their camp, so not much I can do about that. So now we don't keep this illusion with us anymore. We just go off on our own. I always make sure I'm not getting stunned by these camps. There's a lot of things to look out for in the jungle nowadays. But getting this timing down to make sure your illusions kill this wave is like really important. Try to micro it outside of tower range. So notice how I barely didn't kill that wave. Almost have Radiance already. Sending illusions towards mid now. So once I have Radiance, I can start sending illusions at the fights as well. And that's going to be very useful. So I just take stats right now because I'm not really playing for catch. I just need to make sure my illusions are hard to kill. So I was like walking towards the fight, but it's already over. So we're just walking back to our farming pattern. Microing our illusions a little bit if we have time. Okay, so either the tree sees us or he sees us. Or he was just farming this camp. But he sees us. So normally in a game I'd tell my team there's a ward there. I don't really use the pings for enemy wards like I should, to be honest. Stacking a camp because I had the time to notice to do it. So now that you have Radiance, you want to send like one illusion everywhere basically. So like 3 different places. So before I had 2 hotkeys, now I have just tab. I use tab to get illusions to 4 different places. So the benefit of Radiance is that you can farm and help fights at the same time. Your farming speed is not that much faster, but your impact on the map is much higher. So in this case, I'm sending 3 illusions out on the map because there's not enough farm behind me. Like, I'm going to clear all this farm anyways. So like, I can send an illusion at Invoker. I can send illusions into their triangle out of support. I can scout the map. That's what the illusions are for now. We're actually just going to fly ourselves 2 mangoes and a clarity. Because we're running low on mana. So we're going to reset our farming pattern pretty far up on the map. Looks like they're blocking our camps. Okay, so this tree blocked our camps. So that means we're going to go towards top unless our support's D-ward. So we're just kind of free-flowing the map with our farming patterns. Sending illusions away from us to like help with tower pushes. As well as scouting areas with our supports. Like, I like to send illusions to supports, because supports alone are not that strong, right? But with an illusion with Radiance on, they're pretty strong. So just making sure I stack the camps if possible. Now, I don't want to stack camps early, but I like stacking them once I have Radiance. Actually, I want to keep an illusion with me. And this one, the top. Oh, there's an you can never kill runes with illusions. That's really impactful. Okay, so this illusion's done. Your next item after Radiance can be either Manta, Heart, or Lincoln's. Lincoln's if you're scared. Heart if they have like magic nukers that you need to survive through. And Manta if you want to accelerate your farm. I'm gonna go Lincoln's because they have a Wind Ranger. And honestly, if I can have an excuse to buy Lincoln's, I do. Because it's so nice for the stats and mana regen. So I like to swing back towards mid, towards the end of every minute when I'm strong. This allows me to send illusions like 3 different places on the map. And potentially be able to help as much as possible. And even like yoink their camp sometimes. So notice how I'm like prioritizing yoinking their camps now. This is like super annoying for them. Like when Ursa's gonna check those camps later and he finds nothing there. Trust me, it's super annoying. So in my pubs, I will say, people are generally not content with me playing like this. I honestly think it's very impactful. But a lot of people get really upset when you're farming like this. I've definitely seen you guys in the comments that'll say, like, if only my teammates let me farm like this. A lot of it is that I'm helping, though, you know? See all the things that I'm doing to help. So our teammates getting gone on. And we're just forcing a little bit of a reaction. Our team is like all coming to show up. I'm just gonna back. If I had illusions on a different timing, or if their heroes were less scary, maybe I would fight. But if my teammates want to fight, more power to them. I'm gonna send illusions there while cutting waves. Now I'm gonna go take the opponent's farm. So I love sending illusion rune illusions to like deep waves. I love that. So now we initiate the cutting 2 waves at once process, which is super toxic for the opponent. If we can ever make our way here, it's really good. Even if they're roshing, it's just not that big of a deal. I don't have song, so I don't really want to contest them. Looks like they're busy responding to my pressure. They don't like that their waves are all pushed in. When you're playing against something like this, you either kill the Naga or take objectives that matter to you. Like, if I were them, I would have just gone rosh there, because I didn't have song. But they elected to, like, defend the lanes. So since I forced reactions, I feel more comfortable walking around the map now. And I'm just walking at this Marcy top. He has Medallion. Your champ. And we're just gonna run this guy down. Can you do it? Can you land it? Gonna turn... Oh, I was gonna turn the Radiance off so we had a chance. Gotta make sure we're clearing the wave. And always sending one illusion with us when we're planning on fighting. You can tell he was even confused of whether or not that was me. We want to be burning them at all times. Canceling blinks, consistent damage over time. Just never really putting our real hero in danger. So this is when I just use the tab to just check 3 waves at once. Or 2 waves at once and jungle. You see how I have illusion mid, illusion chasing top, illusion cutting the next wave mid. And this tree might actually die to an illusion. Nice, we got him. How was that tree so high level? He was level 13? Pretty high. Must have gotten like a solo kill on one of my teammates. So we're just kind of rinse and repeating. And if I'm really far ahead, I just go butterfly. Because this is the item that helps me kill buildings and rosh really fast. So that's the priority. And it's also way too early for people to buy MKBs at this stage of the game. Except this Ursa does have an MKB, but that means he has no survivability, so he just dies. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect that to be an MKB this early, but you can see why people aren't supposed to buy MKB this early. Because he just dies to my teammates. So that guy has a BKB, so we're not gonna go on him. You can see that they didn't expect the real Naga there. That's one of the powers of illusion heroes, is you can like send an illusion and your real hero in, and they might just not know it's you. So I like to have both waves cut before I force an objective. So it's a new minute, coming up at 25. They're dead.
The sea calls indeed.
We're just gonna send an illusion there, an illusion here. Use the rest of our illusions on Roche. So yeah, at this stage, it's definitely way too early to buy an MKB. You know, I eat my own words that the Ursa did buy one, but you can see why I thought it was too early. Making sure we're cutting waves at all times. In this case, we send one illusion to cut the new wave and one illusion to cut this wave. Nice luxury of an illusion hero. I'm going this guy because he's here. Save Manta for his ult. And we're just searching with our real hero as our teammates feel very safe. And we can do this now. Send one illusion here. And this item just makes you the most threat out of any item in the game in terms of raw damage output. That's why I go it when I'm really far ahead. Because if you're this far ahead, they can't man fight you anyways. And so you just want to click them really hard. It's not only them that you click hard, it's also the buildings. Go ahead and help our Earth Spirit a little bit here. And since we don't have tier 2s, we're just gonna back. We want to get all the waves pushed in. We want to take like bottom or top tier 2, whatever one's more natural. So in this case, we just retreated towards bottom. Since they're all here and we're really strong, we're just gonna force this tower. Uh-oh. Could've Lincoln's my bristle. Every educational Smurf game that I play on this channel is a lobby of volunteers from the BSJ community that are allowing themselves to be smurfed on for your own educational purposes. If you guys would like to take part in these lobbies, make sure to join the Discord link below. And if you'd like a guaranteed spot, make sure you sign up at patreon.com/bsjgaming for the starters or deluxe package. At this point, we're kind of just playing with our food. They are allowed to GG. But we'll go ahead and end, honestly. We're pretty strong. Sorry. I mean, it's like, I'm sorry. I did want to show people Naga, but maybe that was kind of mean. But yeah, so what I wanted to show in this game is just some nice illusion hero fundamentals and also some little bonus things that you can be doing. The tab micro that I'm using, that's what I'm using to send illusions at people individually. All Naga is, in other illusion heroes, is how many illusions do I need to do a certain task. Is that pushing a creep wave, harassing somebody in lane, you know, taking somebody out of a team fight. Like if I send one illusion with a Radiance at a support, they have to run away. So rather than sending 2, I would always just send 1. But if it's a core, maybe they can do enough damage to kill 1, so I'll send 2 at them. If it's a hero like Pugna that can kill the illusion with their ultimate, maybe I'll send 2 at them as well. But in a game like this, where they have no easy illusion clear, and it's also a really good Manta game, and they have single target, you guys are seeing the recipe for when illusion heroes are just free wins. I picked this game to play Naga because I had 10th pick and it is an absolutely free Naga game. And I hope you guys can see the way it played out, but also conceptually the way you're playing the hero, why it's a free game. So if you guys can learn these heroes, it'll absolutely help you guys climb to get out of this MMR because you can just take these single target kill lineups to town, really. You can just take them to school. So that is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe.